So this is the unmistakable 2019 Mora limited edition 511. It's a brilliant colour, isn't it? I really didn't like that other one, the last year's orange and blue handled thing. I thought it was hideous. Anyway, we don't know quite how limited it is. I did actually ask Mora a week ago, and they haven't bothered yet to reply, and I don't think they're going to. I once did work for a company that did a really nice limited edition thing, and it sold so well, they just carried on producing it. I'm sure Mora won't do anything like that, dear me, no. Right, what do you get? It's a Mora, really. You know what you're going to get. It's a basic, decent knife. Carbon steel blade, as it says there. I've done a bit of research on this. Carbon steel can be from 0.05 to 2.1% carbon in the steel. Mora, again, don't say and are not actually going to say what grade of carbon steel it is, and I'm not really bothered, frankly. It's where it does corrode, it does degrade. It's a real shame. You're going to need to keep this clean and oil, but I'm sure you know that anyway. The handle is polymer, another kind of plastic. Apparently it's a chemical of many repeating units, a bit like a paper chain, is the way it was explained to me on a particular website. It's chemical resistant, although dip it in sulfuric acid and I think you're probably going to have a problem. It's thermal resistant. It's light, strong, and my favourite line from the website is it's very versatile for colouring. God, it is, isn't it? Look, I love bright colours. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Look at the knife. It's brilliant. It's absolutely superb. Fits my hand absolutely beautifully. It's absolutely the right size. Nothing particularly trick about the grip. This black edge is a bit rougher rather than this really rather smart thing. I don't know what that cutout is. Little groove there sort of helps with grip. Nice little touch in that pommel, although it doesn't actually do anything. Sheath is a really, really nice design. I like this sort of M here. Great big hole for letting water out. See there? Obviously you'll need to oil it if you do get it wet. Little clip here which looks like those sort of army knives. It sits in a pouch and that goes over and sort of keeps it all in place. Decent sized clip. I prefer it really if that was actually solid. Didn't spring about like that. And this kind of weird shape bit here that you can obviously stick a little rubber band around to keep your knife in place if you really want to. They are cult knives. Obviously, people absolutely rave about Moras. I think they're pretty good. I'm not in the they're absolutely brilliant, worth £100 thing. If you look online, you can find any number of websites that go on and on and on about Moras, how you can customize it, all sorts of things. They are really, really, really useful knives. The one thing that's worth remembering with these is that they're not a full tang. The tang is this shaded part here, and they can break. I think the disadvantage with having something with quite such a big chunky handle like this is you're possibly going to exert a bit too much pressure on it. Having said that, they are reliable. A friend of mine went on a survival weekend and the instructors all use these. Somebody I know who guts fish for a living, what a job. He's got one. He's had several, actually. He keeps losing them, people keep nicking them, he keeps selling them to other people. He really, really rates them. They are fairly thin blade. It's not exactly a huge knife. I think the blade is 91. Is it 91 millimeters? Oops. Yes, Mora seems to make quite a lot of the fact that it's 91 millimeters, which it is. Reasonably chunky handle. There we go. What's that? 10 centimeters. It's a fairly thin blade. And this top is quite rough. Apparently you need to sand that down if you want to use a fire steel. But do go and have a look at some of these customising your Mora websites, channels on this fine platform, because there are loads of them. I like them. I bought this one. I've never bought a collectible Mora. I've got another Mora which I have played around with. I've done some acid etching on the blade. Acid etching? No, what it was. It was a vinegar and mustard. Done a little pattern on it, and it looked quite nice. I'm not going to do this one because it's a limited edition, and I'm going to keep it. It's going to be another cabinet queen that's going to stay with everything. And I think this is, I really do like Moras. They're not, oh, this is better than a £50 knife. It's simply not true. But I like them. Right, all important sharpness test. I can't remember what I put on pencils this time, so let's have a look. I mean, this is blindingly sharp. Jesus, yes it is, look at that. These things, yeah, it is incredibly sharp. They're very, very good. It's, I think, ergonomically very, very pleasing. Aesthetically, it's really, really nice. It is the only reason I actually bought this. That, in fact, it's bright green. I'm thinking about, it's £5 as well as a special introductory offer. Every knife retailer seems to have them on stock, which again begs the question quite how limited edition they actually are. I don't care, it was a fiver, it's really nice, I think it looks brilliant, it should perform light tasks really, really well, and yeah, genuinely very pleased with this one.